Hi there, I'm Ice here. In War Thunder I'm known as I Suck, and that's because I still suck, but sometimes I get lucky. And this is, I know it's a replay, but it's got to be one of the most lucky replays I've had in my entire War Thunder career, so bear with me. In this game, I have with me a squad mate, Tricky81, you can see down there. One of the things that's been keeping me playing War Thunder was that I introduced him and another friend of mine to the game, and we've been playing squad, which was a lot of fun. In this particular game, we were practicing for golden battles, which means we needed one aerial kill and then to actually win the battle. And Tricky was in there defending that airfield, so I decided to dive in as well. First I got that MiG 315. And continuing my run, I opened up on the Spitfire, unfortunately turned at the opportune moment and flew away. And this time I could have climbed up and reset, I suppose, but Tricky is still in there fighting, and I decided to go after that Corsair. And basically, this time he's got a pea shooter behind him, so I'm falling in on that, and really turn fighting a lot more than I usually do, simply because I'm trying to watch his back, and because we're trying to actually I'm trying more to win the game than to just save my plane and get lots of kills. So for example, I keep onto that Spitfire, and turn fighting like this, I've completely developed tunnel vision and not realised that following that Spitfire I've jumped right in front of this Yak 1, who's right on my 6, but fortunately for me loses his shots, and then what's else, when I turn sharply, basically just follow the Spitfire, the Yak cannot follow. Unfortunately, poor Tricky here stayed in front of that Spitfire for a moment too long and lost his way. So he's going to come back in a Key 61, the low level variant with just machine guns and no cannons, while I stick around in my 6M2 with the cannons apparently working very well, especially since probably see a lot of the planes we're up against, well, they're really quite lower tier than us, so we've been very, very lucky with the tiering. And as you can see, I was lucky with the I was lucky with that Yak that was on my tail. Here I decided that there's a Chaika, and he seems to be flying fairly straight, so I really have to take the shot, because Chaika's one of the few planes that can definitely outturn the Zero every time. And I take some shots off his wing, and unfortunately for me he stays onto that Yak 1, so I can take him out. Here's a BF-109, he was again also behind me actually when I was following the Spitfire. For some reason decided to fly away, and well, that came back to haunt him, I guess. So I evade a lag, turn fight a lag in a Zero, which, you know, Zero can definitely do. And there I'm behind him. And that's my 5th kill in, well, it's 5 minutes into the game, but what, 3 minutes maybe, 2-3 minutes until I started the engagement. Again, I have an opportunity to look around a little bit here, and there's a, at this point I think there is a little bit of a lull in the game, and actually at this point, if it's been good before, it's going to get even better, because by now one and soon another enemy team member has actually decided to quit the game, which means we are now even more likely to have numeric superiority of the airfields that we're fighting for. So let's see, Tricky is down there in a Key 61. I think he took out some armored vehicles, because they can cap airfields as well. And I stay above there for a while, and then, okay, it's getting pretty hot down there. Maybe they need some help, especially Tricky is in the fight, and I want to try and help him out. So I switch around and commit the sign on the Hurricane as my target, and miss on the first run. I probably shouldn't have insisted on following the Hurricane like I did here. Now that's what I kind of realized, so I just take the opportunity to look around and reset and get an overview of the situation, and then go back because I was really following that Hurricane for a bit too long, and I realized, yeah, there's a buffalo on Tricky, but not for very long because there he flies wingless. And so it goes. We've got the numeric advantage apparently, so I think we might as well speed this up a little bit. You're getting the idea of how this seems to be working. 3 went down, that Hurricane comes straight for me, so again I was a bit lucky dodging the head-on there. I didn't dodge until really rather too late, but luck really was on my side in this battle. Not least aiming luck was. So many of my pulses are clean kills. This one isn't actually. I follow that lag around for several turns, and then someone else takes him out. So I pick another target. Simon Messerschmitt 110. And while it did take a bit of shooting, he goes down as well. And the thing is, we not only had I not only do have a good squad mate, I also have a team that seems pretty good, and we seem to have numeric advantage, and no longer really does anybody really pick me out as a target, so I'm free to come around now and again, take some pot shots, stay with the team, and pick off enemies. That's what, my 11th kill? And well, that Ishak, while it is an excellent turner, you perhaps even, well, certainly on a par with the Zero, that doesn't help much when it decides to crash into my teammate. So I decided not to fly straight into the enemy spawn and come home to defend the airfield again, and this Hurricane is intent on capping, I think. Lines up nicely for another shot. Oh, the fun you can have in the Zero. That P-36 has got so much company, I decided to keep my altitude for now. And it happens to be a BB-1 over there. And you can see I'm looking around a lot, trying to keep some semblance of situational awareness before I commit to the attack, and then I keep turn-fighting this BB-1, and this is where my aim does not work out too well. Follow him for several turns and overshoot even, but nobody else is pestering us, so I've got the chance to do that last pass before getting towards this airfield, which is now undefended, and one of my teammates can capture it. Yeah, it's at this point I realise Tricky is actually in a spot above it now. It was a good idea really to keep some altitude over the airfield he's defending, but there's an I-16 up there which really outturns him, so I decided to tell him to come my way, and then as the I-16 is focused on Tricky, I have a really easy shot. That is known as a drag and bag, Tricky, and you did it perfectly, especially the way he just pulled up just before I got before he got into guns range. Yes, it makes you a slightly easier target, but it sure as heck slows him down, gives me a really easy shot at him. So yeah, I know the sound advice is not to furball. It is dangerous. You must expect to lose your plane, as indeed Tricky did. But when it works, my oh my, can it be fun. 16 kills in 12 minutes, plus 2 assists. I think that's a new personal best.